Well, dude, you had a night to think about it.
Yeah.
Isn't any easier today, is it?
Not yet. No. It's hockey's funny in sports in general because you work all season towards something and everyone's pushing towards a common goal. You work so hard and so many hours put in between you and your families and everyone involved, and then it just ends. It's it's so abrupt, so sudden, and a lot of emotions, a lot of stuff rushes in. So it's still really fresh, obviously. So it's really tough, and especially when you see the group that you think has it to do it again, and we've had a lot of success. So we're not used to this feeling in a few years. So, but yeah, it's still not easy.
Well, I was telling the guys, I mean, if you have the right setup and a good chemistry, this day should be difficult, whether you win or whether you lose, when everybody goes their separate ways. From a captain's perspective, and I know we're in the A the last couple of years, you put yourself into things more emotionally, more personally with everyone in that regard. Is this a little bit more difficult, not because you lost, but because you were the captain of this particular group?
Yeah, I think it's funny because I think winning's easy. Like when you're done, right? You win. It's easy to be happy. It's easy to share the same emotions, right? Because that's what you're trying to do. You achieve the ultimate goal. So winning's easy. I think these moments are tough and hard, and especially when you love the group you're doing it with and every guy in there, and it makes it a lot more difficult. But now you see who people are, and hopefully this team and this group and whoever comes back, and that's, you never know, right? But we bounce back. We learn from this, like we've learned from the 2 championships before, what it takes to get there and how hard it is.
Ness, you stepped into some big shoes, literally, with Max being captain the last 2 years. What did you learn about yourself? Obviously, I know you were part of that leadership group, but it's different when you've got the C and everyone's looking to you in these moments. What did you learn personally about your ability to lead a group?
Yeah, it was a really interesting year. I think I learned a lot about the role itself. I was a captain prior in Bridgeport, and I was still young. I think, to be honest with you, who knows if I was ready for it or not. It was obviously a very honorable position to take at that age and stuff. But I think the longer I've played, and now you get to play with more people and more guys and good people, and see other leaders how they've done it before you. And to me, I think the biggest thing I've learned is you're never done learning. It's the game's always changing and evolving, and so are the people and different generations. And there's always different people coming in and different mindsets and different goals, and it's hard to manage. Like you don't see how much goes into it at the rink, away from the rink. There's a lot of characters you're dealing with, so it was ultimately just a ton of fun. I can't say enough about that group. Love that group. Guys did really put everything they had into it on a daily basis, and that's what it takes to win, consecutively as we did and as long as we did, and to win 2 championships. So
I think that's some of the conversation maybe around this team, right? As you guys have played so much hockey, and just felt like you came up short here with, just Charlotte, so much pressure, and kind of got away from you all at times. But was this a team that wanted to win the three-peat, wanted to go and gave it what they had? Yeah,
absolutely. I think it was hard not to think about it. I think we tried not to think about the three-peat and tried to keep it out of our minds. But when you're trying to, create history in a lot of ways and have one of the most successful, teams and groups in a long time and maybe ever. So it's hard not to. It's always in the back of your mind. But I think for the most part we did a pretty good job putting that in the back seat. And yeah, as far as the series and stuff goes, we ran into a really good team at a time where they're playing good hockey. And I've been saying this too. Obviously, heck of a hockey team they had. They deserved it. They wanted it. I hope them a lot of success because they do deserve that. Well coached, ran, great players, and they wanted it, and they deserve to win the series. But you get a couple bounces here or there too, can change the outlook of the series. So You have the overtime game, and then obviously 2-2 with it's 8 minutes left in game one on the road with a power play. I think we take that every day of the week. So things have to go your way too. You look at the 2 years we won, we got a lot of bounces and a lot of interesting times throughout games to push us overboard and help us win those championships. I mean, there are some teams that were in our shoes right now that we beat that probably felt that they could have won the series too, and things could have easily went the other way for them too. So not only do you have to be a well-connected group and really want to win more than anything else, but you got to be playing good hockey, and you have to get bounces too. And it just goes back to what we talked about. It's really hard to win, and things really have to go your way. You have to get bounces and hops.
You talked about the group of characters and the wide range of characters here, and as the captain, does it kind of give you a greater appreciation for the coaching staff as to balance all these characters? And what can you say about what they've done in the past, not just in the past few years, and with this the success they've been able to, and what makes them a unique staff also?
Yeah, for sure. I think the great thing about this organization is it's always been built off of winning, and that's the expectation. I think anytime whoever comes in here, they know what they're in here. They're coming here for. You come here to win. You come here to win championships. That's why I came back. And there's just great people here. There's great people. But people are what make coming to the rink and coming to work every day easy, and people are what push you over the edge in big situations and big games. And when coming to work's fun and you love who you're working with, I think you're going to have success in this business.
What are some of the things you tell the younger skaters? Because now you're a captain, veteran, a lot of them come in, and this is developmental league, but here they're expected to win. So what are some of the things that you tell them, whether it's advice or just to help navigate the season?
Yeah, I think, whether they were playing or up in the stands watching, I think the younger group now, I think it's important. I think Washington does a good job of getting guys here and seeing what it takes in the playoffs and seeing what it takes to win. I think they can see the expectations, see the drive, see what guys want, see how practice is like, see how, you're here to win and here to become a better hockey player. So I hope we showed them that. And obviously, we got a lot of guys coming in next year I'm really excited to see and watch. And it should be another exciting year.
Yeah.
Over the last few years, is there a moment that you look back on particularly proudly of that, maybe not lifting the championship, but you got past personally or the team did, that you're particularly proud of?
Yeah, that's a good question. I said this last night. I think the hardest part right now is we just talked about it. It does still really feel so fresh. I'm still thinking about a play I made in the second period before they scored. You know what I mean? The first goal. So it's over the next month or so when you start to wind down and before you start to get back into training and working out, skating, whatever. I do think it's going to click one of these days, what we just did and what we accomplished. It's pretty incredible winning and alone, winning a championship. And to go back-to-back, to win 9 series in a row, to, beat all these records and all these milestones that we did as a team. And it was just, it's such a good group of guys. And the beautiful thing about it is now we're connected forever. So, I'm sure we'll be getting together when we're older and thinking about it more. So, now I can't think of one particular moment for you. I wish I could. I think that's what makes it beautiful is there's so many moments. And I think when we're all able to sit back and as a group, whether we're, on the golf course or whether we come back for a game in 10, 20 years, whatever it is, to relive those memories and those moments. Seeing guys' pictures up on this wall and the history we put in with the banners and stuff. It's pretty cool to be part of history, and it's even cooler to be a part of Hershey Bears history.
Luke, the team had their back against the wall multiple times this playoff stretch. What allowed the locker room to rally around each other, especially in the Lehigh series when you have to win 2 straight and you did?
I think the biggest thing for us is we'd done it before. I think it's hard to beat experience in those situations because I think it's tough. It takes a lot to turn a series, and come back and win some pretty important games and meaningful games. So I think we relied on that, and I don't think we ever lost the belief, whether it was 5-2 in the third period of the last game, or the games in Lehigh when our backs were against the wall. I think this group knows what it takes to win and had won, and I think that's going to help in those situations to push you over the hump and ultimately win that Lehigh series, and just wasn't enough last night.
You said how you're never done learning. What's your key takeaway that you learned this year about leadership?
Oh, leadership. I think I learned that leadership is and means different things to everybody. I think every player and every person needs a little something different, and if you understand who you have in that room and understand what kind of person they are away from the rink, I think you can use it to help them be a better player on the ice. And I think that group got really tight really fast, and we have been really close for a long time. So ultimately, I think that's what helps us on the ice in those big game moments. If a guy needs to block a shot, if your buddy next to you makes a mistake, covering for him, helping him out. And if you really want to win and you really want the best for the guy next to you, that's what's going to put you over the edge.